Well, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of the Best of Three podcast. I'm Alvin, and I am joined by my new friend, Faren. Faren, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. And to answer your question, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. This is where the internet comes to make things happen. For people who don't know you, do you go by Hot Mess Tennis in real life too?
No, but I go by hot mess by my mother, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I found you on Instagram, Hot Mess Tennis, for those of you following out there. I just feel like your content is one, refreshing, two, funny, and it really gives an interesting peek at we like you said, we talk a lot about kind of the nerdy side of tennis around here on Best of Three, but there's admittedly a lot more people who live outside of this little nerd box that Tori and I talk in. And I think it's awesome to talk to people who are coming at this, fresh. And so I just kind of wanted to get like a little bit of background, like on you, like when did you
Yeah.
start playing tennis? How did you find tennis? And where your journey is right now.
I shared this little story on my Instagram, but I played pickleball first.
Okay.
My mom, she played for several years tennis. She's like, you need to play tennis. I said, I'm not, no, that's a lot of cardio. That does not sound like a fun time for me. I'm going to do pickleball. It's half the court. I don't want to die. So I played pickleball, made friends instantly, had so
Yeah.
much fun. And then my friends were like, I'm going to go to tennis and I will follow people off of a bridge. Okay. I will follow people at that time. At that time, I was like, hey, you want to go to tennis? Be like, yeah, let's go. I won't do that no more because they followed me into the pits of hell going to tennis, but I ended up loving it. So it's okay.
Okay.
So they all went to tennis and I was like, well, I want to do, to try a sport that's a little more competitive. I can be in a league. I can do all those things. And so I did that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was a slower person. I didn't really start to enjoy it until about 4 months ago. And April's a year for me.
Okay.
It was
So
just,
you've been playing for about this is May, so about 13 months. Okay.
yes. So I think I was so hard on myself. I think you learn a lot about like your mental health through this process too. You do, because it just like you want to be in control. You're like, why can't I get this? It's supposed to be simple. It's a simple thing to follow through your swing. I can't do that. It's a simple thing to, get the score. The score is easy compared to pickleball, but it's just everything became so hard for me. You're doing the same repetition every single day, but you feel like you take 3 steps forward, only take like 4 steps back
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I just was really frustrated for a long time, and I got into league very early. My mom was like, you should just get into league. I was like, okay. And they put me in singles, not knowing a damn thing.
Right.
Not knowing a dang thing about singles. Excuse my language, sorry.
No,
It's
you're
one of
good.
those.
This gets a little E on it. It's all good.
Okay. So yeah, but I'm so glad that I started off in singles because I had to do it myself. I get all those balls by myself, figure things out on my own. But I think I was just so hard on myself because I hate to lose. And I think I was just losing every single time. And then finally I played this one girl she was really fun and she had a similar personality to me. And after that, I was like, you know what? I don't care. She's going to whoop me. She's been playing for 4 years. But I'm just gonna have fun and enjoy her and enjoy this and just go by each point. And like my perspective kind of changed after that, and I started to really enjoy it and getting even more involved. But yeah,
Okay.
so that's my little journey.
That is awesome. I have so many questions. Okay. So what does outside of like singles league or your team league, what does your normal tennis kind of calendar look like? Do you go to like adult drill groups or is it private lessons? Like what is because I live here in Atlanta where tennis is everything here. They're like our tennis infrastructure is massive. So there's lots of different ways to get involved in the game here as an adult. But what is it like getting started in Baton Rouge?
Well, I go to the community park. I love to pick fun because I'm a community park girly. Okay, it's
Which
not
one?
this.
Which one?
Highland.
Highland. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I love to make like poke fun at the whole like country club and community park girlies. We're very different. We're very
Okay.
different.
Okay.
But I do go to classes at the country club. I do. I'll go to I'm a 2-5 player, but they do have like 3-0 classes that sometimes I'll attend. I do that once a week, and I also have my practice on Mondays. And then I swore I would never do cardio tennis again because it felt like abuse.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. But I'm
yeah.
gonna start doing that again because I feel like I need it. It's swimsuit season, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
So
you.
I'm gonna
I hear
go.
you.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna die. But yeah, so it's just like maybe a class. I'll do a private, like maybe once or twice a month with this little Brazilian guy named Antonio.
Okay.
So yeah,
Shouts to Antonio. Hope he's
shout
listening.
out.
He's doing the good work. Okay, that's awesome. So what do you what is the thing about tennis? And I want to go back to this pickleball thing.
Yeah,
We are going to get there. What is it about tennis that has surprised you? Because I feel like not only are you playing tennis, you are all in. You seem to be all in on tennis.
yeah. I think I don't know if it's a typical answer people would answer, but I like how it's transformed me mentally. A
Okay.
lot more than physically. I think I've really grown as a person, grown and developed as a player. I've seen my emotions get a little bit better, the way that I handle things, and I like just that continual growing. You know, it's like this, you're constantly growing and having to change in certain areas. And normally that's not something I like, but I've liked the mental aspects of it. And I like the community aspect. Like I'm a friends girly, so I love having community too.
Yeah. What is that? I think it's community basically the people you practice with or your
Yeah,
teammates.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll meet people at like little tennis mixers. But I just like the way tennis challenges me. You just never know. Each match is different. You never know what you're gonna get and how it's gonna be, and it's a challenge each time. It's never the same, and so I like that challenge for sure.
Okay. Okay. And then on the you mentioned a part about, growing
Yeah,
mentally, growing.
yeah,
Could you maybe tag into that a little bit? Like what about tennis is
yeah.
changing you as a person?
Not to be vulnerable. But I've struggled. I've struggled with my mental health a good portion of my life, and I've found that it is a great outlet to channel that, shall I say, and to kind of deal with that and deal with myself and these things that I hadn't dealt with. And I feel like you get so many struggles and anxieties and angers whenever you're not performing
Hmm.
the way that you want to perform, and you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it on the court when you step on that on the baseline, and you have to just put all that away and kind of channel that into somehow getting through a 2 hour match. Even
Yeah.
though you're stressing out, you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose. Oh, I'm doing terrible. And I like that what it's how it's helped me so much. And I've seen other people too that came in kind of I don't know, and they definitely a lot more joyful and more fun.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
yeah,
this is that's awesome to hear. And this scenario happens to me quite often, right? So I've been playing tennis for 35 plus years at this point. Learned it as a child and played competitively as a junior through college and whatnot. And when I go out to the local park, I'm also a local park guy. When I'm hit, yeah, it's public school, public course. That's how I roll.
that's
But
street
when
life. Got
That's
that
that is
street.
that you,
Yeah.
that is the street life. That's what I'm talking about. They don't know. They don't know as I'm playing tennis. Um, but like I'll oftentimes find myself playing next to women my age or a little bit older who are just getting started, and they'll often say something like, "Oh, you hit the ball so well," or yada yada yada. I'm like, you know what? I am honestly envious of you for having just picked up this sport because that growth part that you're talking about, like, I think that's something that an adult can appreciate and really like take it as a positive. Whereas when you're 10 years old, going on to, going through this metal gate, closing it, and then no one can help you when
Yeah.
you're out there, it will add on top of that, like you're nearing or going through puberty. It's a mess. Junior tennis is a mess. It will tear you up and breaks a lot of people, but, you know, end up where you are on the other side.
Yeah.
But I think I feel like the adults who learn how to play tennis as adults probably get more out of it than us hackers still holding on.
You know what's so interesting is I was really surprised because, like I said, I quit once a week in my head, like for like almost a year. I did. I was like, I'm quit. I called mom. I said, Mom, this is it. I'm quitting. I lose another singles match. She says, No, you're not. I said, I know, but I quit right now. Um, but every single person that I started with in lessons, they're still there and they're still playing competitively and they still love it just as much and they've stuck with it. And so I think tennis is that sport that once you do get started, it kind of hooks you in from the get go.
Yeah, I like that. That's well put. So you mentioned that you came over from pickleball. Hmm.
Oh, trust me, I
No, no, no. Okay, so
well,
I'm almost a I'm almost a pickleball never.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
played.
felt that
Oh,
energy.
okay. I give that off. Okay, I need to
Yeah.
work on that. I need to
That
work on
was,
that. I played pickleball one time in 2016.
mhm.
I went to this event, ended up messing around with it, and I was like, okay. Twice. I played like a few months ago. My buddy made me play. He's like, we'll play some tennis, and then, but you have to play pickleball with me afterwards. So we played for 10 minutes. So, but so pickleball is not for me personally.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But I think it's really, really valuable for a couple of reasons, right? One, anything that gets people out and active is
Yeah.
great. Something that requires hand-eye coordination, like, is great. A little bit of movement, fantastic. It's just, yeah, it's just not for me personally. And I like that lots of players at different levels can just go out and play. Like, you can learn how to play pickleball pretty quickly and then actually play pickleball. Um, you can probably speak to this. I feel like the barrier of entry for tennis to kind of like get started
Yeah.
makes tennis not attractive for a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I never wanted to get involved in tennis because I always saw it as that rich people stuffy sport. It's not really
Yeah.
inclusive. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was that way when I first got in tennis. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Because pickleball, it's just a vibe over there. Everybody's just
Yeah.
vibing, having fun. It's very easy to build community. I found it was a little harder with tennis.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it and I ended up meeting just the most beautiful people in tennis and have the most beautiful teammates and I love them and I enjoy seeing them every week. But yeah, I think pickleball, if you're not looking for this intense competitive sport, which I love the intense competitive part of it, and pickleball is just a great way for you to build community if you need community.
Yeah, and pickleball is like primarily doubles, right? Like you're playing
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
doubles, and
Yeah.
you just think about like the proximity between playing pickleball doubles and tennis singles. Like tennis singles, like the person you're closest with on the court is always some 90 odd
Yeah.
feet away from you, right? Whereas pickleball, like everyone's kind of right there, and you can
Yeah.
talk and you can bust each other's balls on changeovers or between points, and I do admire the community aspect of pickleball.
Yeah.
Have you ever played paddle or padel?
Padel? No, but I've heard of it.
Okay, I feel like this is my jam coming. Like I feel like padel is the one that like I need a like when we go on my family and I go on vacation or something like that. Like I need something that we can just like all play together and
Is Padel's a lot like pickleball though, huh?
it's similar, closer to pickleball than tennis for sure. I think it's as I've seen it, it's like pickleball meets racquetball because like it's in a plexiglass kind of container situation, but doubles, small paddle, small court, but you can play it off the walls.
Well, okay, fun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like.
that's I'm very curious, but there's not a lot of courts in the states because obviously it's pickleball. You can just turn a tennis court into a pickleball court, or
Yeah, and in Baton Rouge, they're opening up a bar and grill pickleball center here.
yeah, you can do that. I am so jealous of the vibe that is pickleball,
Yeah.
just not the pickleball part of pickleball.
Yeah, I matched with this guy on a dating app,
Uh huh.
and we were talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I play pickleball," and he was like, "Disgusting. That is not a
Wow.
sport. It is stupid." And I'm like, "Oh, well, you don't have to come across that crazy.
Wow.
You can say you don't like it,
That's
but
out of
I've learned that
pocket.
tennis players are really like, if you say pickleball and you play pickleball, they're like,
See, okay, yeah. I for one, you just mentioned that you got that vibe from me of the whole not
and it's
part.
okay. When you play tennis, pickleball's just a little silly.
Well, I've heard it explained to me many different ways, and some of it I can appreciate it. But like, I'll use Andre Agassi as an example, right? He had an interview, and they're like, Andre, tell us why are you so in on pickleball? And he's like, look, for someone like me, I will. It doesn't matter if I play tennis once a week, if I play tennis once a month. I'm never going to get any better, and I'm never going to get any worse. He's like, I am this good at tennis. This is as good as I'm ever going to be. And granted, he won what 8 Grand Slams and was number one in the world. He's like, so for me, pickleball, and his wife is, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. But pickleball, it's all new, and there are pickleball players who can beat him. So he has an opportunity to get better
I
every
love
time
that
he
outlook.
plays. So like I was like, okay, if Andre Agassi can choose to see it that way, then I can also potentially choose to see it that way. But I've tricked myself mentally that I'm still getting better at tennis. It's probably because I'm not playing 20-year-olds anymore. But yeah, so that's why paddleball is interesting to me. Another kind of question I had looking forward. So like now that you've been in tennis a year effectively and you're loving it and it's great to have you. How do you see professional tennis? Because I know you post a lot of funny content, and some of it's about like your adventures on the tennis court. Some of it's about like what you're watching on TV. Like how much tennis do you watch? What is your interaction with like professional tennis, if you will?
So everybody's highlights come across my TikTok page. Like, so I'll tell people, you know who my favorite tennis player is. It's not who you would think it would be. You would think I would choose like Serena or Federer, Nadal or Novak. No, it's Gail Monfils.
Ooh.
He is my favorite professional tennis player because he's so entertaining. He's so fun. He makes it just so his highlights, I could watch them all day long.
Yeah.
So I love him. I would fangirl if I met him.
Okay.
But yeah, I just catch everybody's highlights and clips of their games on TikTok and I'll watch them. I've only watched a few like full games. But I mostly just, TikTok kind of gets me all the clips of everybody's games and I just watch those clips.
Okay. I like this. This is in also like, you know, outside of the podcasting world, I do work in like kind of in the intersection of sports media and technology, let's put it that way. So hearing how people consume sports is always just interesting to me. Like I am a old school long format kind of guy. Like I'll sit down and watch a tennis match. Like if I got the time, I'll sit down and watch the whole thing. But that is not true of everyone. And tennis is kind of slow. Not gonna lie, it takes a while.
It does. The last one I watched was Mira. Is it Andreeva?
Andreeva, yeah.
And Sabalenka. That's the last one I watched.
Okay, so that's
like full long format.
Yeah, like was that Indian Wells final probably or Miami final? One of the two.
I think it was
which one that was.
Miami. I think it was Miami.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
that sounds right. So what are your plans for the French Open as you become? I feel like you're slowly becoming a tennis influencer and you don't even know it. Like,
you know, I want to do this content. You tell me if it's dumb or not. Tell me if it's dumb. You're gonna figure it out right here. So I wanted to do. So on TikTok, people will do this thing where they're like, day one of trying to convince so and so to whatever, you know. And I thought, what if I was day one trying to get the WTA to send me to Wimbledon, and every single day I try to convince them to send me to Wimbledon because I really want to go. And so I was like, I wonder if I should do a content series where I go and interview my little teammates or my coaches and do little ridiculous fun interviews and be like, send me as a reporter, a social media reporter.
Yeah. I think I like it. Actually, I love it. If I were to back down and say I like it, it's because I think Wimbledon would be a less than ideal target because they are.
Oh, who should it be?
Tennis,
tell me.
Tennis stuffy. Wimbledon is it's stuffy.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's stuffy.
Where would you want me to go?
US Open would be, I think US Open would be the target, but a lot of tennis content makers are in the US and they're all going to be Wimbledon. Aim for something like the Cincinnati Open.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Cincinnati Open is one of the Masters 1000 series, right? And it's right before the US Open. So you get men and women. It's big. It's in Mason, Ohio, right outside of Cincinnati. So I feel like, and they seem open to a big tournament of the people.
Oh, I think low key I was wanting to go to Europe as well. Just low key.
You should. Well, I mean, yes, yeah. When one can, one should.
Yeah, one should.
One should go to Europe. Last thing, and I'll let you get out of here. I won't take up too much of your time, but
it's fine.
What does Grand Slam season feel like for you? Because I'll give you an example, right? My group of friends, and some of them are non-tennis players, but they came to find tennis as adults and they love it as fans. I throw a 4th of July breakfast at Wimbledon party at my house. Yeah, I make people dress up. We serve Pimm's cups. It's I really double down, try to make it feel like an event. And I have I'll put TVs around the house and there's matches on, but no one's really sitting down necessarily and getting into the matches. It's just celebrating tennis.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. But at your club or anything like that, do you guys do any like any events around the major tennis events?
So we just had a French Open here in Baton Rouge. We did like a little my coach and her daughter, they made all this French food and had
Ooh.
all these like you dressed in like a French outfit. I mean, I wore red shorts. That's as French as I got. Some people they wore like little French mustaches.
Yeah, yeah, get a hat.
Yeah, and then she just had like little macaroons and French sandwiches and stuff. And but it was the heat index was 100 degrees that day, so it was rough.
Oh God,
It
it's
was
so
rough.
hot down there.
It's a little too much, but we played little 4 point games, and
Okay,
I think I played 5 of them.
okay.
And I didn't touch the food until after because I knew I would be sick.
It's a smart move. Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep it moving. Just
Yeah.
keep it moving. Yeah, I think that's like it's important to get people, to give them whatever version of tennis that they're willing to take on. Because I think there is room. There's more room for people to just come and enjoy all that is the nonsense that is tennis.
Before we go, we have to talk about not off of that. And me and my friends, we don't really have like those kind of things. And I think I'm going to start maybe saying we should do that because one of my friends has a pool and I feel like I should nominate her. You know what I'm saying?
There are so many opportunities, I think, especially in the summer, like
Yeah.
French Open starting right now, Memorial Day weekend, like you can plant your flag there. My buddy Matt, who he always comes over for the Wimbledon party, but then he hosts the women's final for U.S. Open because it's Labor Day weekend that Saturday. So it's perfect. Yeah.
I'm wanting Coco to find. It seems like Coco gets there, and then right when she gets to that moment, something happens, and so I want her to get her Grand Slam, another Grand Slam.
Yeah, yeah. The Coco. It's we spend a lot of time talking about Coco on Best Three podcast, but I always want to kind of put it in context. Like she's still number 2 in the world. Like
yes,
we're talking about,
she's still great.
We're talking about great problems. It's like okay, so she's having a tough time beating like Aryna Sabalenka, who is like God's gift to tennis right now, and
Facts.
yeah, it's like the ask is a really really big ask, and her reply is okay. I'm number 2 in the world. Like what else? This is fine.
True. She's still going great, but I still want it for her though.
Yeah, this is fine. We can't finish without talking about our shared love, respect, and fear
Ostapenko.
Of Yelena Ostapenko. Panko is like the vibe that I think the WTA should be like riding through in the fields of sports. Like she's so interesting.
That is it. And I love in the tennis world, would you say that she's kind of like up there with Danielle Collins, like a tennis villain, shall I say? Would you?
Yeah. I think
I love a villain.
Yeah. Also, okay. Danielle, DC and Panko. I feel like they are very similar, but a little bit different. Like sometimes Danielle can be a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
A little much for me.
We have some of those girlies at the country clubs here. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Don't put that in.
Hey,
you should
friends,
put it in.
Friends. They're not my friends. I'm not going to edit a thing out. I keep it 100 all the way. But like Panko is all about the nonsense, but I think she is very much so aware that it's all about the nonsense for her.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels like it comes from a very earnest spot. And like Danielle sometimes I feel goes a little bit too far because she's trying to lean into the bit.
Yeah, like the whole I think it was a couple days ago or something with the whole cameraman situation. Did you hear about that? I was
what
like,
was the situation?
But what I like about, Ostapenko, she gonna stand up for herself. She gonna stand up to herself to those umpires. She gonna say how she feels, and she ain't gonna even think twice about it. Like, I'm a person, I'm a people pleaser. Okay, I'm a people pleaser, and I am terrified of hurting someone's feelings or conflict or anything.
Sure.
She don't care. That's why I like her. She don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. The fan club is growing. I need more people to be aware of Yelena Ostapenko and how awesome she is and how much fun it is to be a fan of hers.
And for someone so little, she's so fierce and so intense, like in her playing style. And I love that.
Yeah, she brings it. And then we'll throw up a stank face. Like her faces are priceless.
I'm obsessed, literally.
Yes, it's good.
And I was really surprised because I always look at the comments and her highlights and people are like, oh, she's such a brat. Oh, she's such a drama queen. But whenever I posted that video, I was so surprised at how many people have a genuine love for her like I do.
Yeah, I think it's the Ostapenko defenders like will come at it like will show up in the comment section like all the time. All the
Yes.
time. And if I feel like if she were American, I really think it's a European thing when she's Latvian. I feel like it'd be a different story if she was from the US. She'd be getting more Daniel Collins love.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That was fun. This is what I would love to do. If any fun things happen, I would love for you to come back and hang out and shoot the shit.
Heck yeah, this was fun. I'm
That's what I'm
excited. And we made new friends.
This is
I'm
the
always
best.
looking for a friend.
And we talked about this beforehand, but I live in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta for the vast majority of my life, but I was born in Baton Rouge and I lived there for the first 7 years of my life. And I'm an honorary
Are you an
Tiger.
LSU fan?
Hell yeah, I am.
Oh, okay, good. Did you see how far our girls made it this year?
It's LSU's football team gets a lot of attention, obviously, rightly so. But like the entire sports program is top notch, SEC caliber across the way. So shout out to like even Coach Danny Bryan, Louisiana's finest and the head coach of the men's coach, yeah, men's tennis team coach. So
Yeah.
yeah, obviously
Right.
basketball and all those things. So cool. So yeah, we'll cut it there. But Farron, thank you so much. Guys, find her on all the socials. Is it Hot Mess Tennis across the way? Like all of them?
That's just Instagram.
Just Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to start posting more on TikTok. I'm kind of just a lurker over there.
Yeah, TikTok scares me. I don't even go there. I don't know. I just stay in my safe spaces, YouTube and Instagram. I can't TikTok. It's not for me. Cool. Anyways, all right. Well, appreciate it. We'll talk soon. And
All right.
yeah. Talk to you
All
guys
right.
later.
See you later. Bye.